when we start to think about state tax money is being raised by everyday people, but not being spent on them right now, how is that fair for the people who elected these lawmakers into office?
Yeah, so the short answer is that it's not fair. So unfortunately, while North Carolina workers and families struggle with the cost of essentials with increased inflation and the unmet needs from the state budget impasse, powerful lawmakers in Raleigh have really focused their attention on prioritizing these policies for tax cuts that for corporations and the wealthiest at the expense of the rest of us. So these policy decisions have significantly reduced our state revenue and constrained our ability to invest in programs that improve well-being and make life more affordable, like public education, childcare, housing, healthcare, and infrastructure, which is really the building blocks of an economy and a state budget that works for us all. But state lawmakers have a choice. They can change course, and these future tax cuts are not inevitable, and we can make sure to do something about that and to raise our voice in this process.
When it comes to making our voices heard and being more involved in this process, and I really hope that a lot of North Carolinians want to see their state budget and their taxes reflect their well-being and be inclusive to them. What are some things that people can do, Moriah, to take action when it comes to seeing these changes, when it comes to seeing tax cuts and the state budget being stalled?
So people can let their state lawmaker know that we need a budget that really funds people's priorities and support everyone's well-being, and doesn't um, pass these tax cuts that only go to the wealthy and corporations. We need that money in our communities, especially when people are facing increased costs and increased economic uncertainty, even as we're growing as a state. So, really letting lawmakers know um, that you have voted for to represent you and your priorities first, and not their own priorities when it comes to tax cuts. So right now at the Budget and Tax Center, we have launched our Love NC Fund NC scavenger hunt, which is a statewide opportunity for people to post on social media about what they want to see funded in their communities. So from March 25th until April 14th, we're asking people across the state to use social media to capture images of what's underfunded in our communities to make clear where these the money from the tax cuts isn't going, and we will make sure to make clear that to highlight where it is going to these corporations and the wealthy. So this is an all hands effort, and our goal is to really make sure that this catches fire across the state. We want you to post widely, encourage others to join in, and help us cover North Carolina with a clear message that if lawmakers love NC, they need to fund NC.
Yes, if you love NC, we definitely want it to be funded. I want NC to be funded. And I would love to echo that, Mariah, to the state of North Carolina, that if you had $1 million for to spend in your community or your city, where would you want to see your tax dollars go? And more importantly, what would you want to see in that state budget? And I think participating in the scavenger hunt and showing your lawmaker what that looks like is a beautiful way for the people's voices to be heard and for them to share their thoughts with their community and more importantly show how their needs could be being met even better with the state budget and moving closer to a more inclusive and democratic and more participatory budget process that really reflects the people. And the budget that is funded by us should also be built by us. And I think that is what democracy is all about.